Namaskar, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome, and I hand you over to Master Tanush Mahadevan, joining from Coimbatore. Tanush, over to you, please.
Thank you, Uncle. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Namaskaram, dear all. Greetings from PrAMaYaS, a Coimbatore based philanthropic organization functioning to promote art and music amongst you and society. This is Tanush Mahadevan, joining from Coimbatore. I am a student of PrAMaYaS and take pride in welcoming you all to be witnessing and participating in this live session of yoga training for all on Google Meet platform as part of our yoga repository. Perform yoga for well-being and experience how the practice of yoga can promote holistic health of every individual. As you all are aware, PrAMaYaS, along with its art and cultural footfall, has also been immensely contributing over the years in the fields of yoga and lifestyle related issues, and regularly invited guest instructors for conduct of some of our sessions. We welcome you, dear all. Thanks for being here. Now, a word of introduction about the guest instructor of the day. We have Airveteran Junior Warrant Officer Sreehari joining us from Alappuzha, Kerala, who is kind enough to take us through the session for the day. We welcome you, sir. Pranams and thanks for your valuable time. Airveteran Sreehari, hailing from Alappuzha, Kerala, had a long instructional stint for about 2 decades with the Indian Air Force. Till February 2019, trained in physical conditioning, sports, games, and yoga. He had served in a variety of training institutions and had imparted physical fitness and yoga training to the officer cadets and staff at the Air Force Academy, Dundigal, Hyderabad. He completed yoga science course from Morarji Desai National Institute of Yoga, New Delhi in 2009. Since then, he conducted mass yoga sessions for the recruits as well as the staff at various Air Force bases across the country. He also used to regularly conduct yoga sessions on International Yoga Days. He is also interested in singing and doing stage shows. Presently, he is pursuing his MBA program. Ladies, gentlemen, children, and all, may I request for a huge round of applause to this inspiring yoga instructor for being here with us today, please. Disciple, parent members, volunteers, and well-wishers of PrAMaYaS are fortunate and happy for these yoga sessions by experts being conducted aiming at the well-being of one and all during this COVID pandemic. I would request Shri Sreehari ji, who also enjoys singing, as I finish the introductory words, to recite a short prayer song before we commence the yoga session for the day. May I also request Wing Commander Minjur M. Yagnaraman, Founder President, PrAMaYaS, and our dear Guru, to present a short flute recital at the end of the session and to enthrall us as part of our Nada Yoga component as always. Following the yoga session, we will continue to have group discussion for the aspirants. Interested members may wish to visit our YouTube channel titled PrAMaYaS to watch all these complete videos on a later date. Hope you all enjoy participating in the session, benefit and encourage our young aspirant. Thanks once again for being here with us. And with the best of our wishes, over to Airveteran Sreehari, our guest instructor, for a prayer song and further proceedings. Thank you all. Namaste.
Thank you, Tanush. You made us proud. So nice. Mr. Sree, over to you. Thanks for being here. I'm pinning you.
Thank you, Master Tanu, for your such a wonderful introduction. And I welcome each one of you to this wonderful morning to have a beautiful session of yoga. And specifically, we will be going through some sessions which are meant for experiencing yoga. We do all practice yoga, throughout the day when we are known to this great discipline. But at some point, we are not experiencing it as it has to be. So today's session is specifically meant for experiencing yoga through some specific concentration and focusing methods. So to begin with, we will start with Om chanting, followed by Guru Stuti, and then one Shiva Stotra. So to begin the Om chanting, I request each one of you to adopt Namaskar Mudra. Then, while chanting Om, keep your teeth bit apart so that it reverberates. When we recite Om, it should create a kind of vibrations in your facial muscles through cranium, and which will transit to our brain cells. So to begin with, slowly close your eyes, then breathe in and then breathe out. Within a few seconds, we will start Om chanting. Okay, now begin. Once again. Once again. Slowly rub your palm and create a warmth inside the palm. Then keep it over your eyes and then over through the face. Bring your arms downward to Namaskar Mudra. So to begin the prayer of the Gurus. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwara, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha. Now we will switch on to the Sivastuti, which is a renowned Shiva Stotram in our regional language. So please do listen to this beautiful prayer. Chandrasekhara Bhaval Padangal Sandadam Vilayaduvan Sangadangalakhilam Polinyu Shivashankarante Kribayeshuvan Gangayarum Jadayil Dharichu Shiva Gangayakiya Maheshwaran Tan Kadaksha Sharamilkuvan Hridaya Geethaminnu Samarpanam നാഗഭൂഷിത പദങ്ങളും ചടുല താളമാർന്നൊരു തിരുനടനവും ഭസ്മഭൂഷിത മുരസ്ഥലം ഹരിണ ചർമ്മവും ഫണിഗണങ്ങളും വാസുകി പരിവിശോഭിതം വിമല വക്ഷസും ഭവഭയാവഹം ചന്ദ്രശേഖര തെളിഞ്ഞു കാണണം അന്തികേ മമ സദാശിവ. നീലകണ്ഠ തവ നീലകണ്ഠവുമതി കുളഞ്ഞൊര ഹിമാലയം ഭൂവിശോഭ വഴിയും കരങ്ങളിൽ ഭ്രമദമാരവകടും തുടി ശൂലപാണേ മഹാത്രിശൂലമം ഗതിയേകുവാൻ അറിവാൻ ചന്ദ്രശേഖര തെളിഞ്ഞു കാണണം അന്തികേ മമ സദാശിവ. കന്ദമാർന്നുമിടതൂർന്നുഗ്രവിഷസർപ്പമേറി വിഴയുന്നൊരാ ജടയുമുള്ളിൽ വിലസുന്ന ഗംഗയും
അടിയനെന്നുമഴൽ പോക്കണം യോഗനാസികയുമാർത്തരെ കരുതിയാർദ്രമായൊരു മിഴികളും ചന്ദ്രശേഖര വിളഞ്ഞു കാണണം അന്തികേ മമ സദാശിവ.
Now we move on to the main session. So whenever we do practice yoga, the first and foremost thing that we need to keep in mind is to loosen your body and to have a big kind of warm-up. So for that, we will raise on our feet and we will do rotation of our joints from toe to the head. And one important thing what we all need to remember is that the shoulder joints, actually the upper portion of the body, is the main area where it lacks any kind of exercise on this white collar job era. So many of the people who are around in the areas of the white collar job may not get that enough time to have the exercise of their shoulder joints, even though they are even stressed or they are even constrained to work in an area where their arms won't be able to move above the shoulder levels. So we will mainly have focus on the shoulder joints. So for the loosening exercise, I request each one of you raise on your feet. To begin with, now from your left toe, rotate it anti-clockwise 3 times and then clockwise 3 times. Change to the right one. 3 times clockwise, 3 times anti-clockwise. Now on your hip, keep your hand, then bend your knees downward, then rotate your knee joints 3 times, then 3 times anti-clockwise. Same way on your hip, keep your feet bit apart, then rotate your hip clockwise 3 times, anti-clockwise 3 times. Now over to the shoulder. As I mentioned in the beginning, you all need to focus on your shoulder joints. So to begin with, first hold your right arm across the chest, then raise your left forearm up forward. Then from here, we will start rotating backward slowly by keeping it away from the body in shape. 1, 2, and 3. Now, anti-clockwise in the same manner. 1, 2, and 3. Now we will raise it straight upwards so that when we circle our arm, it will touch our earlobes. Our upper arm should touch our earlobes. Now begin. 1, 2, and 3. Now clockwise. 1, 2, and 3. Now change arm. Left arm over the shoulder, over the chest, then right forearm straighten forward, then rotating it away from the body. 1, 2, 3. Now in the opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. Now we will bring our arm close to our earlobes. That will go straight up and backward. 1, 2, and 3. Once again, on the opposite direction. 1, 2, and 3. Slowly bring your arm downwards. Now both arms downwards. Hold your fist with thumb inward and bring it close to the sides of the body. Drop your shoulder, drop your chin downward, and then drop your shoulder. From here, breathe in and you will exhale forcefully by pushing your arm downward. Watch me from here. Breathe in
You will observe forceful downward action of your both fists by keeping your arms straight. And at the same time, you will forcefully exhale also, keeping your chin downward. Now, 3 times. Release the hold of your arm. Raise your chin. Now, hold your arms on your hip. Rotate your neck 3 times clockwise. 1, 2, and 3. Now, anti-clockwise. 1, 2, and 3. Now keep your feet width wide apart. Loosen your arm. We will do 2 practices, 2 asanas which are meant for our waist region as well as our upper body region. The asanas are, one is the Trikonasana, the second one is Katichakrasana. So for practicing Trikonasana, keep your feet almost aligned with the shoulder. Then both arms stretched up outward. Slightly move your feet bit more wide, slightly bit more wide from each side, towards the left and towards the right. Hold a position where you are going to make a posture of a triangle. So to begin with, move towards one side and then hold that position with your both arms stretched. Move toward the side. Keeping looking front, arms stretched. Hold the position for a while, then slowly release the position back to the normal posture. Once again, towards the opposite direction. Hold the position for a while, then straight into the normal position, arms down and feet on shoulder level. Slowly exhale. Once again, we are going to perform the same asana. One leg outward, then the next one. Stretch your arms sideways. Then adjust your feet. Once again, towards the side. 1, back to normal. Then towards the opposite direction. Once again, for the last time, towards one direction, move with your arms stretched outwards and straighten. Hold the position for a while, then back to the normal position. To the opposite direction. Back to normal. Now, as I mentioned in the beginning, that we are going to have an experience session of the yoga. You all please observe what are all happening inside your body once we finish an exercise. So when you engage into any posture, what it all happens in and around us, as well as what happens immediately after that specific posture. So just have an order. We will have a focused session in the latest video. So now the next one is the Katichakrasana, the waist rotation asana. For that, again, feet on aligned with your shoulders, arms on the arms hold on your waist. Then from here, again, slowly adjust your feet by moving it with outwards so that it is bit apart from your shoulder level. Now from here, we will rotate our waist towards the one side and move. When we rotate our waist, it's the rotation of the waist, it's not the rotation of our arms. Hold the position, then back to normal. and then move on the other side. Once we perform this asana, always assure that your arms should stay where it is. It should not go ahead or it should not go behind. It should not fall behind. What as a raw practice, what we are all doing is once we move and across the one side, we tend to move our arms over so that we won't feel that strain. We won't feel that crunch on the waist region. The main focus is on the waist region. Rotate the waist towards the other side. Back to normal, slowly. Once again.
Mr. Sri, 1 second, 1 second. Okay, can I request all the participants, please pin him on your screen, you can see him fully. If you don't pin him, you will see him only half. Pin him so that you can see the full profile of us. I am able to see him fully. Thank you, Mr. Sri. Please continue.
Okay. Okay, once again, for the last time, we will move towards another side, back to normal. For the last time, we will practice this posture once more. Face front, now to the other side. And back to normal. Now release your arm hold, release it freely, keep your feet on shoulder level and feel that loosening effect on your body. So now let's move on to the session of how to experience the yoga. As I assured you, this session is all going to be into that front. So how do we experience yoga? See, whenever we heard about yoga and whenever we started practicing yoga, it was all about listening to some instructions. And all those instructions were mainly focused on listen to your body, observe your body, concentrate on your breath, concentrate on the specific regions where we are applying that exertions, or the specific region of muscles, group of muscles where we are applying pressure. So why this importance is given to such kind of things? Why? It is mainly meant to focus while we perform a posture. To experience that, to just have a familiarity with that. We will do another exercise, another posture, which is being termed as Urdhva Hastotana. We are all familiar with this posture, upward arm stretching. So while performing this posture, make sure that you exert maximum effort or you apply maximum exertions on your calf muscles and your arm muscles so that you will feel that real kind of upward lift from the ground. So for that, I request each one of you again, hold your feet a bit closer than the shoulder. Then stand here, right? Hold your arm to the front. Then push it outward. From this posture, we will raise up all our toes. From here, slowly breathe in and then raise up. Raise up. Move upward so that on the final stage, we will have our arms stretched upward. At the same time, we will be standing on our toes. For holding this posture for a while, a kind advice to each one of you is to keep your heels touched so that you can stay for quite a long time. So I insist now to each one of you to hold this posture for a while. Now, carefully listen to me. When we push upward, we are trying to leave the ground. Our arms are stretched upward, that we are trying to leave the ground. Now, we can focus on the muscles of our calf as well as our forearm that they are applying they are being applied with a kind of exertions that we are stretching out these two muscles group. So we feel at a point of time that we are unable to hold this posture for a while. At that point of time, try to focus on the specific muscle groups, again push upward and then slowly release the posture to the normal standing posture by moving downward and bringing your arm forward and then lowering on your feet, then slowly releasing your arm hold and keep your feet bit wide, then loosen your body, just listen to that group of muscles where we exerted that pressure. Now we can see that there is a rush of blood into that part of muscle groups where we are exerted. The kind of pressure that we apply to the body is being acknowledged with a kind of soothing effect from the body itself. So the yoga, the concept, the philosophy of yoga lies in the basic foundation of yoga or the union of itself and the Almighty or the eternal force. So how do this happen? It happens within ourselves. See, this union of yourself and the eternal force is happening almost all through the time that you are living in this beautiful world. To experience this, just to have a focused vision on that specific part of the Lord Almighty that gives you a soothing effect when we experience or when we perform such kind of asanas. So now we just performed Urdhva Hastodhana, where we stretched our body upward and then we will loosen the body. The moment we loosen the body, we are being blessed with a beautiful feeling of happiness within our side by means of soothing effect of our specific muscle. So this point is the focal point of the yogic concept. Every posture, every asana is to be performed by focusing on the specific group of muscles so that we can try to push our limits to reach that point where we can hold that posture for quite a long time, and then just immediately after that we can have that soothing effect on our body which is being gifted by the eternal force. So once again, to have a beautiful experience, we will do the same asana once again, the Urdhva Hastodhana. This is a beautiful exercise which can be used to familiarize with that feeling of union. See, when somebody guides you, somebody tells you that yoga is meant to bring harmony within the body, how does this happen? The question arises almost in everyone's mind, how does this happen? And this happens in ourselves each time when we perform in asana. So once again, hold the posture, feet bit apart, then arms closed, interlock fingers, push downwards. Once again, we slowly rise up, arms upward, same way on your toes, raise up, then hold the posture. Try to hold your posture with the heels together, push upward so that you are trying to leave the ground. Upward push is being merged from the toes, the calf muscles, and then your fingers, your both arm is trying to stretch your body upward so that you can leave the ground. Just assume that you are about to leave the ground so that you will be on the air for a few while. Can this be possible? if I try myself to push to that limit where I can leave that ground, is that possible as a human? The question arises as we are playing with our mind. But if I insist my body to raise up, if I insist my body to feel that effect of floating on the ground, definitely I will succeed. I will succeed in my mind that I am raising myself above the ground. Stretched upward, now focusing on your calf muscles and the forearms, slowly release the hold. Slowly bring your body downward and get ready to experience once again the greatness of our body. Now slowly close your eyes, feet width apart, arms by the side, neck bit for backward. Close your eyes, feel that soothing effect which is happening in us. See, we all live on the boundary of stress, pressure, sadness, all those negative feelings. And that boundary line is being restricted by our body only. This line is being drawn by ourselves. The greatest enemy of the human beings is he himself, is the theory behind this concept that there is a line which is drawn onto every negative thought. So beyond that line, what lies is the greatness of our soul and the eternal power. So every moment when we feel that we are on that edge of that line, assure yourself that beyond that line lies the greatest and the ever happiest moments in our life. So once again, we will have this session of Urdhva for the third and the last time. Once again, I request each one of you to have that focused feeling of the stretching of the special group of muscles of your calf as well as your arms. When you stretch upward, your upward movement should be focused on your arms upward movement. The calf muscles and the rest of group of muscles will follow along. So the main focus is on your upward stretch. So for that, once again, loosen your body, stand back, then feet width apart, hold your arm to the forward posture. Then from here, raise on your toes, and then upward stretch. As I mentioned, the upward stretch is being focused on your upward arm movement. Arm is being stretched. The posture is being named as Urdhva Hastotana, upward arm stretching. So the stretching is mainly focused on the point where you are stretching your arms upwards so that you are leaving the ground and raising on your toes so that you hold your balance and try to achieve a posture where you are gaining height. You are reaching to the skies, you are reaching upwards, you are stretching your arms muscles as well as the calf muscles to reach to that point. Now, slowly release the hold and again focus on that soothing effect that is being gifted to you by you yourself. So when someone quotes that happiness lies within ourselves, yes, it's true. It is within ourselves. Happiness, all those beautiful emotions that we all possess is being buried inside us by ourselves. To dig it out, bring it out, experience all those beautiful emotions, we will practice yoga to get that harmonious state. So, I now request each one of you to attain a posture which can be sitting, and we will do Padmasana or Vajrasana. I request each one of you to attain the posture of Vajrasana. Vajrasana is being attained by raising on your knees, then bringing your back towards the heel. From here you can sit so that your heels are kept bit apart and toes
are holding on to the ground. Now you will have a visual side view of that same asana. From here, you will raise on your knees, then you will sit back with your heels bit apart. You will make a cup and then you can sit. Why this Vajrasana is being performed? Our focal point is not that for what benefit this is being done. Our main focus for today's session is that what is being or what can be experienced through Vajrasana. I will move a bit forward. So as I assured in the very beginning that today's session is going to be something which is meant for experiencing yoga. Vajrasana, again, the body weight is being wholly transferred to our folded legs. Again, there are some specific group of muscles which are having that kind of exertions, that kind of compressions that we are forcefully applied upon. The yogic philosophy of, again, the union, the harmony, it's again going to happen once we perform this specific posture. Not only this specific posture, every posture is being accompanied by that concept, that belief that it is going to have that feeling of union with you and your eternal force. So again, we need to focus on this posture. Sit with your arms overlapped, palms overlapped, then sit erect, straighten your back. Now run a body scan from head to toe, whether I'm keeping my back straight, neck straight, and my arm straight. Where are the compressions are being happening. Vajrasana is a beautiful exercise which can be practiced even after food. This is the old 1 hour exercise which we practice even immediately after a food. So it strengthens our muscle groups which are being compressed, the lower back, the lower body. Now, as we sit on this posture, we can bring our focus onto head. Slowly bring our focus to the breath. I'm breathing it normally or I'm heavily breathing, whatever it may be. If I'm normally breathing, I can move on. If I am heavily breathing, I need to focus on the breathing patterns to regulate it with deep breath exercises. Deep breath exercises are meant to soften your breathing pattern so that you will feel that mood of relaxation. So breathe in, and then exhale, and then breathe in, and then exhale, and then breathe in. Slowly bring your focus downward to the back of your head, where the neck touches the collar of our shirt or our front. Then keep your neck straight. Then bring the concentration towards the lower part of our backbone, the spine. We are keeping it straight, and then towards the lower part on the hip region, to the thigh muscles, towards the knee and calf muscles, and to the ground through our toes. Now we can listen to the body singing a compression song onto the lower part of the body. So there are some tickling feelings that are happening on the lower part of the body. Can I hold this posture for quite a long time? That's the question. Yes, I can. Why? Because of this exercise. If you you are limited with having a limited body fat, then you can very well bend your knee and bring it backward and attain this posture. Okay, from here, we will slowly release the posture by keeping your arm towards the one side and then bringing your leg forward. And as I mentioned in the Urdhva Hastotana, the same feeling is going to happen. You are again going to feel a miraculous experience of the greatness of our body itself. The greatest power or greatest energy that running through all through the body of each human being is going to gift you with something that you are being applied that exertion to the body. So you are given a compression feeling to the body. Now the body is going to respond. Get ready to receive that greatness of that spirit. Slowly keep your arm to the side and bring your leg forward. And feet bit wide, head, arms backward, and feel your neck upward. Then slowly focus on that soothing effect which is happening on your calf muscles. I do request each one of you to focus on the lower part of the body where you can feel that the blood is being rushed downwards and the tickling effect is being taken away to give an immense pressure within our body. See, how does this happen? What is the logic behind this? As I mentioned, the philosophy behind yoga is the union. The union of you and an eternal force is being happened. This is what the point where we all forget on these days that why do we perform yoga? See, yoga is not only meant to give that physical fitness. So we perform yoga for various reasons, physical fitness, then as a precautionary measure, then even as a preventive measure, then as a remedial measure. But the factual thing is that yoga is meant to be as the feeling that everything is lies within us. Happiness, sorrow, good and the bad. Exertions, relaxations, compressions, again the relaxations. All these contrasting emotions, feelings are buried within us. It's all you to decide when to evoke this, when to revoke this kind of emotions. Once again, we will perform this Vajrasana. For that, again, bring your arm and legs by the side, raise on your knee. Raise on your knee, hold your arm on the thighs, then slowly sit back and bring your arms towards the knee. Hold this posture by keeping your toes together. Then your heels apart. It will give a cup-shaped posture on the back so that you can sit on that cup. Again, focus on your body. See, whenever we perform an asana, the first day, the kind of exertion that we are applying will give a stretching effect to the muscle group, and it helps us to cross the limit of our body. So each day by day, we walk near to the perfect posture. So one thing I want to make all of you to aware is that the perfect posture is the posture where a specific human body can hold for a long time. So it varies to man. Never ever adopt a posture or force yourself, or never ever push that limit to reach to a posture which is being compared with any other person. So we are on the Vajrasana. Arms again overlap, looking straight, and then slowly bring your concentration towards the head region, slowly downward towards the lower part, so that we can feel that each part of the body is being kept straight, and you bring your concentrations towards the lower region, Now we can feel that there is the tickling effect. It's again being happening on the lower part of the body, lower part of the leg, which is being happening through the compressions that we are applying through this posture of Vajrasana. So Vajrasana, the name itself says that it's so powerful that like a diamond. It strengthens the lower portion of the body, it strengthens the muscle groups, it strengthens our inner sense also. So once again, to feel that soothing effect being offered by your body, I would request each one of you to keep your arms towards the side, then release the posture, feet apart, and then arms backward, next backward, and slowly exhale and listen to that song, beautiful song sung by the lower part of the body to soothe you. Slowly hold your arm, then bring your leg forward, and then arms backward, neck backward, and then exhale and listen to this. So each time when we perform any specific asana, any specific posture, we are being assured with one thing, that it is going to offer you something in return. And that is the most beautiful feeling in this world. Yoga is the one and the only physical exertion practices which guides you to that point where we can feel that union, the happiness of the inner soul is being connected with the eternal force, and it again offers you with the greatest and greatest of soothing effects. Now we will perform Padmasana. To begin with, we will start with butterfly, half butterfly, so that we can move your leg, knee upward and downward. Slowly do this, so that we can get this lower region, lower quad joint relaxed. Then change the leg. To do half butterfly, heel should be kept as much as close to your inner side, inner thigh. Then raise your knee upward and then downward, upward and downward. Then again close. Hold your right feet, right toe. Then bring the heel on over the left thigh. Then the other leg. Bring the toe over, crossed over the right one. To attain the Padmasana, the lotus posture, we have the limbs crossed, arms stretched forward. You can hold any posture, any mudra. Preferably, hold your index finger and the thumb close together, so that the circulation of energy happens within you. Now again, slowly close your eyes, sit erect, and listen to your breath. Slowly breathe in and breathe out. To us, we started this session by assuring ourselves that we are going to experience yoga. So we specifically mean this by what is being offered to a human body by performing any asana. The offerings are the greatest and greatest of pleasures that exist in this world. And that is what we are all termed by the word, the harmony. You are being looked after by yourself. You are being taken care by yourself as you are using your body to adopt yoga postures. Now we will move on to another beautiful session of a short body scanning and guided relaxation. Slowly stretch your arms forward. Do not close your eyes. Keep your eyes focused straight ahead. Slowly breathe in and then breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. When I draw your attention towards the breathing and breathe out, it means the focus is to be transferred to breath. As we are all breathing all through the day, the main reason behind this is to draw your attention towards breathing. Your breaths are enriching your body through the nadis which lies along the body. So when this happens, each breath enriches the body with eternal power. So breathe in and then breathe out. Now look straight and scan the body from head to toe. Observe that you are keeping your neck straight, your back straight, your backbone is being kept straight, shoulders are loosened. Then you are feeling the comfort of sitting on Padmasana. Padmasana, where the legs are locked, we can feel that they are holding it against one another and firmly fixed on the ground. So the posture assures you a good sitting, comfortable position where you can practice meditations, where you can practice concentrations, and where you can streamline your thoughts. Now just to have an experience of that, let's focus to a point, what we call the breath. Slowly breathe in, slowly breathe out. Slowly breathe in and slowly breathe out. Now we will count to 1 to 5 to breathe in and then 1 to 5 to breathe out. Slowly breathe in by counting 1 to 5 in your mind. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Once again, inhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now listen to the heart beats. Now listen to the breath rates. Now listen to the chest. Now listen to the belly. All the portions are given a soothing effect with that breathing exercise. Your breath gives a beautiful soothing effect to the cardiac region, to the abdominal region, and to the entire thoracic region. So slowly breathe in and then breathe out. Slowly breathe in and then breathe out. Now, we are going to release the posture of Padmasana. Once again, feel that happiness within ourselves. For that, hold your arm, hold your leg with both arms, then release the hold of Padmasana, stretch your leg up forward, and then same way,
the right one forward, and again feel that relaxation passing through the lower body with your arms stretched backward and leg backward. Feel this relaxation. See, it is very important to feel that soothing effect which is being happening in our body. It passes from the head to toe, and every exercise being accompanied by this effect of soothing. So whenever we practice yoga, our focus should be towards the point when we release that posture, what is happening into our body. So from this few exercises, few simple exercises, we can believe that yoga is assuring you one thing is certain, is that it brings in harmony, it brings in happiness, it brings in to assist you to get that union of self and the eternal force which is existing through each element in this universe. I hope today's session, which I intend to specifically mention the yogic experiences or the yoga offered experiences to each one of you. I know that each one of you is practicing yoga throughout the day, and these practice sessions are to be followed with such concentrations, such focuses, so that we can bring in that confidence within ourselves that what is lying within us. We need not to we need not to run anywhere else to find that happiness. It is within you. Everything is happening inside the body. And how this being revoked is the question. And as we all are practicing this yoga session, and it is the greatest and the greatest ever gift that we can have to offer to our body, so that we can get the greatest and the greatest of responses from the body as the happiness of the eternal force. So I hope today's session, which I specifically meant, was worth for you. And I thank Airveteran sir for giving such an opportunity to me. And it's a wonderful thing that I'm getting connected with each one of you, even though we are staying apart and staying far away. And for all the greatest fortunes to PrAMaYaS for their never-ending endures to do such kind of inspirational things, connecting all these people around this world. Thank you so much. So we will conclude this session with an Om chanting 3 times. Again, I will just have a suggestion to each one of you that when we chant Om, keep your teeth bit apart, so that there will be a gap formed between the teeth. When we recite Om, that will create a cluttering sound within our mouth, so that it will transfer to the cranium and to the brain through postures. This is the one and only exercise, specifically exercise in the world, which gives exercise to the brain actually. The physical exertion to the brain, physical vibration to the brain. That the vibrations are very smooth that we can very well ignite enlighten your brain cells. Actually, it stimulates the brain cells. So we will practice, conclude the session with Om chanting, sit right in Sukhasana, Padmasana or Vajrasana, arms straight and forward, with your index finger and thumb held together, rest out fingers downward, close your eyes, slowly breathe in, and then exhale. Run a body scan, listen to the back portion of your body from head to toe, head to lower back, keep it straightened. Okay, now with the next exhalation, we will begin.
Oh.
Hold the posture for a few seconds. Breathe in, exhale, and bring your palm together to Namaskar Mudra. When we adopt Namaskar Mudra, try to press your ribcage with your elbows. Then rub your palm so that it creates a warmth inside the palm. Keep it over the eyes, over the face. Open your eyes with a beautiful smile. And let there be happiness in and around you every time. Thank you so much. What do you say?
Thank you so much, Mr. Hari. It's nice reconnecting with you after so many years, and you are as ever vibrant and ever young and ever dynamic as what I had known you always. And it's a wonderful journey we had with you. I'll keep bothering you, off and on, time permitting. We'll have sessions with you. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Sreehari is a fantastic instructor, and I wish he takes this a kind of a profession where he can, transcend his knowledge and experience to the whole world. Thank you so much, Mr. Hari. Thanks for being here with us.